Traditional defender that likes to play close to goals, which, by the looks of it, it may be Grover may be going to Cyril.
And that's a better move.
Good move.
Good news for Dockers fans. Michael Barlow played a half a game in the Peel Thunder reserves yesterday and pulled up very well, having about 15 possessions. And speaking with a Fremantle official before, there's some chance that he will play in this team next week. So great news for one of my boys, Michael Barlow.
Maybe your old club, Brian, down at Mandurah.
Yep, Peel Thunder in the resis. Kick forward here, taken by Hodge.
Starting the forward line too, Hodge. So they've loaded up their forward line. The Hawks with Roughhead, Hodge and Rioli.
We caught his opponent having a bit of a snooze there. Unfortunately, Crowley, he ran straight past him to get on the end of that kick.
It's a good move pushing Hodge forward, because Crowley's very good at defending around the middle of the ground, but out of the goal square becomes a different proposition.
Hodge, the leader, pushing towards 200 games as well. Little stuttery. He actually didn't know where the man on the mark was. He doesn't have to move it on. He's got 10 seconds umpire. Now that is an absolute nonsense call. He said he had 10 seconds. He gave him about 2. That is wrong, Troy Pennell. He checked where the mark was. The umpire said you've got 10 seconds. He gave him 2 or 3.
Yeah, that didn't look right to me.
Pulled the trigger far too quickly there.
Well, he didn't need to get involved.
No, he just
was asking where the mark was.
Exactly. Hodge, that is pretty ordinary, because it would have been a definite shot at goal. In the end, didn't turn out that way. Gibson around the corner. Burgoyne, clever, gathers a couple of metres. So the bearded Burgoyne.
It's important that Freo get back on and hit the scoreboard. You know, Rioli, 2 late goals in that first quarter. Freo should be 2 goals in front, but they find themselves 3 points behind.
Virtual spearing the ball to Cyril.
Oh, what a great move this to put Grover now and Rioli. What a magnificent kick from Virtual. Nothing Grover could do. The kick was far too good, but Rioli's air time when he jumps off the ground, he's like a marking key forward anyway.
He's got nice hands, isn't he? Marking been on today.
Beautiful gloves.
His 3rd mark.
Cyril for his 3rd consecutive goal, directly in front, 30 metres out. He does not miss this. Cyril's got 3.
This is terrific. Great to see. We know he can do it in the midfield. We know he can do it around the half-forward lines of Crummer. Now he's a go-to player. You see Birchall. Yeah, pretty ordinary defence again from Freo. They've been really good. They've slipped out a couple in the clearances where Mark Harvey wouldn't be too happy, because Birchall should have been kicking over the fingernails. When he had an open play to go on the forward line, there's nothing Grover could do. It was a terrific kick, great lead, great kick. It's on fire, Cyril. 3 goals.
So Rioli kicks his 3rd goal. Hawthorn lead it by 9 points all of a sudden in this second quarter. Nothing in the context of this game. We'll take a look at that Hodge moment. That set shot for goal shortly as well. Rough head in the middle. Mundy trying to work it out, and Main with some fast hands, but Mitchell was alert, suckling with that left foot. That's pretty damn good. White cross in the end picked up by Crichton. Jesse Crichton goes long and deep looking for Pavlich. Protected the drop zone of the ball beautifully.
That's what you want from your marking forward pickers. It was just great use of the body. Great use of the body.
Well, nothing Gibson could do there. Said it perfectly, BT. He did. He protected the area the ball was going to end up.
Ended up a very good kick from Crichton under pressure.
It was a good bit of play by Crichton. It looked like the Hawks were away. He spoiled him first and then went after it again.
474 career goals for this man that has just dominated the Dockers. Comes in from about 48 metres out. Kick on the way. Needs to be a goal. It's just right. Always left to right, that kick.
No, you can see in his body language, as soon as it left the boot, he was trying to steer it with his body.
Just one of the little nuances, I guess, if you don't play at these grounds a lot, that you wouldn't pick up. I am surprised, though, that key forwards likely to kick at goal don't gather more information from those that have played at grounds like this. Birchall, there's a particular pocket that Eddie had as well. There's Puopolo. Did well to fight them off, the Hawks, out of defence. They struggled getting it out. Hodge ball. Little chip inside, got to come at it, and he does. Shields. Nice work. Once again, he has Pickers. Penetrating with a run
on Rioli.
Rioli got a little hand in the back there. There's an opportunity for Lyle. The boot went in, no success. Sewell out the back door, caught, had the awareness to get it away. Lyle did it. Look at the hands from Sewell. Magnificent white cross. Got the goal. Brad Sewell in that handball. In fact, yes, it is a goal.
What Cyril's been able to do since he's gone forward is create all sorts of pressure on the defence of Fremantle. McFarlane was too concerned about Rioli there. He didn't go after Lyle, who actually got the football, and the ball ended up coming back. And all he was worried about was Cyril. But while that was all happening, there's a loose player. There's a free player standing there. It's Whitecross. That's the confusion that a player as talented as Cyril Rioli causes when he's deep in the forward line and near the goals.
4 consecutive goals for the Hawks.
I'll have a look at the space that Rioli and Hodge got in the goal square as well. It is just a really difficult job for a defender. They've got a lot of room to move now, Hodge and Rioli.
In the middle, Mitchell, or was it Sewell? It was the latter. Did really well. Opportunity now for the Hawks in their forward end. Osborne gathers near the boundary line. No thought of the goal. Centering kick is really good, and Hodge unlucky in the end.
Put their hands full with Hodge and Rioli.
Absolutely, they have.
Well, they have, but the defensive outfit of the Dockers, you'd have to say, has been pretty poor, boys. They've only been inside 50 14 times. They've taken 9 marks, the Hawks, in their forward 50.
Yeah, with that, King, I think the half back of the winger need to roll back a little bit quicker. When you see Michael Johnson, they're getting too close to the stoppage, the free player for Freo. They're not supporting their defence at all, and that stat vindicates that. To have 9 marks for 14 entries is not great footy.
And 10 scoring shots.
Yeah.
Ballantyne gains some ground, but the Hawks resilient across half back. Guerra. It was, and now it's out of bounds. Blow your whistle, mate. Don't stand there and look at him. Blow your whistle.
he was
what do I do now, he said.
Nearly on the AstroTurf.
Come on, mate. You're wearing the Under Armour gear. Blow your whistle. You're an umpire.
I thought his P might have been a bit rusty, Brian.
Oh, boy. Opportunity here for the Hawks. Murphy, who's played well. Murphy.
He's actually
had
become
a couple kicked on him, though.
Yeah, but he's been an important player the last few weeks.
Not a great kick.
Hung in the air time, as you call it. Spud allowed Fremantle to close, and Ballantyne didn't have the clean hands that he normally does. Kepler, though, kicks around the body, no ground gained.
And you can see when Freo are putting pressure on the kicker, they're in the game. We'll just have a look at the umpire.
Now this is the Hodge situation. Have a listen.
He's right, he's right.
He questions the mark.
20 seconds gone, 20 seconds gone, move it on.
Well, you don't hear the umpire there, but he said 10 seconds. Well, I reckon that was all of 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, you're right. If Hodgie hadn't have said anything and just walked back, as soon as he said, "Where's the mark?" the umpire thought he had to get involved in the play.
I reckon he panicked then, the umpire. Thought he'd had too much time, but kicking for goal, you're allowed 30 seconds. It's not a normal field kick. It's Mitchell. Probably find a way out of it and put a clock on it and see how long it did take.
Again, really good pressure from Freo on the ball carrier. The minute they drop off it, you saw with Birchall Rioli at the start of this quarter, no Fremantle player between the kicker and the contest. They're in strife.
Some trouble here too, I think.
McFarlane was, in the end, composed, even though, as Pickers said, he was facing some trouble.
Well, they're a lot more alert now, Hawthorn, aren't they? The way they're going about it, the way they're manning the mark, getting back and helping out.
Pavlich, the target here in the middle of the pack there, couldn't quite take the mark. A lot of Hawthorn numbers, a lot of Kokoda jumpers around this. Schoenmakers.
Good kick.
Back inside, didn't have the hands to match the kick. In the end, the run and link, and now Mitchell, who's very good by hand or foot, and that's no exception.
Birchall's run really hard here.
And got it.
He's in good form, Birchall.
Little left footer. Boy, that wasn't Grady.
Just too cute.
Had to be perfect, and now Ibbotson goes wide. Valentine can't get on the end of it. Mzungu tries to trap it in, but he's got no other troops around to help. And now Guerra. In the end, Fremantle got out of trouble.
A mini win for Freo the last couple of minutes. unable to get that kicking game going. But again, have they got the mental pressure to keep it going for 100 minutes? That's the key.
Down by 15 here at the moment, Fremantle. Need the next goal in this one. Mitchell, once again on his non-preferred, that time a real tough kick.
What Freo need to do now is try and switch the ball. Because they go long down the middle, long down the line, just go into an outnumbered situation.
Lower. Long high ball, pack situation again. Fyfe got tangled up. Clancy Pearce around the corner. Gibson got a piece of it. And they can organise themselves to go again here, Fremantle. Burgoyne.
They've had the ball on their forward line the last 5 minutes. They just need to score for their own belief.
Mazungu's kick was smothered mid-air, mid-flight by Burgoyne. Not an easy thing to do. Here's Schoenmakers.
That's just off one step. Too cute again.
I'd like to rewind the last 30 seconds or 2 minutes of this game.
But it's a mental win for Freo. They're not hurt. The issue is they're not hurting Hawthorn on the scoreboard.
Main juggling attempt on the lead in front of Birchall, gets it.
Now they can. Now they can. This is a super important kick. They've dominated the last 5 minutes. It hasn't been pretty, it's been ugly, but that means it's been playing on Freo's terms. Just a couple of kicks from Hawthorn were just a little bit rich and a little bit too cute.
Yeah, he's just going to have to watch this pie wrapper he's about to run over the top of when he's kicking this.
You'd hate that to blow at the moment. That's the pie wrapper. Main comes in.
It's put him off.
It has. Why did he move it?
And that was a very similar kick to Pavlich. And you're right about the conditions.
It's left to right from that pocket every time. It's middle of the goal.
What's going on with the ground? There's junk everywhere on it. I mean, look across this ground here, Brian.
It's the wind. It's turbulent. Here go the Dockers. Clancy shrugs the tackle, kick around the corner. They got one here, the Dockers.
Well, they needed that for their relief. Let's have a look at Guerra here. He's just tried to take on De Boer, who's at the top of the square. That's amazing to think that he was. Let's have another look at the view. To think he was going to get round, he must have thought he was Atlas. Like, I just cannot believe that he didn't try and get the ball on the boot. You can see him grabbing his head there, thinking, "Gee, what happened there?"
Clancy Pearce kicks his first goal in the second quarter, and the Dockers back within 8 pickers.
I know you're saying it's not that windy down there, Kingy, but what is going on? I've never seen more rubbish on the ground of footy.
Get out of your cave down there, Kingy, and have a bit of a look around, mate. You're the ground man.
I'll clean it up for you.
Puopolo. Kingy caught in his own wind tunnel down there.
Yeah.
Tackled by Burgoyne.
No cry opportunity, taken to the side.
There you go. There's the call from the umpire. Umpire Michael Bozzo.
This is where they're dangerous, Hawthorn. Stoppages inside their forward 50.
Love the way the umpires just bounce it and get on with it these days. Here's De Boer. Good saving tackle in the end. I think it might have been Guerra that got the hand there. Burgoyne gives it to Lewis. Lewis goes the piercing ball. Lyle gets on the end of it yet again.
I just noticed then, I mean, there are a couple of players that are locking into jobs. I mentioned McFarlane before, too worried, I should say, about Cyril Rioli. On that occasion, the handball went over the top of Ryan Crowley's head, and he just worried about Hodge. He didn't worry about trying to intercept the ball.
Lyle's got a shot at goalie. He's had 3 direct set shots, and they've all been about this degree of difficulty. That is very, very low degree of difficulty. Directly in front, 30 metres out.
Look at the ball drop.
Lyle, for his first goal in footy, comes in. Oh, boy. He's got the shanks, the yippers, and he's just not sure at the moment.
Well, look at the ball drop. It's outside his kicking leg, Brian, and it's exactly where the ball went. You'll have to work on that because he's marking the ball. He's doing all the hard.
The young girls there, not impressed with the style, and that'll have to be sorted out here. Because I'm sure it's a game situation, not a training situation.
Yeah, I don't think he's a poor kick generally. I'm not quite sure what's going on out there, whether it's the pressure of the occasion.
you'll see when we get a chance at another stoppage, the ball actually comes outside his kicking leg, which is a real issue.
Well, he's getting plenty of opportunities, so hopefully he'll get one soon.
What will the umpire do here? Any attempt?
You look at that and you think, oh, the bloke laying on top of you in a wrestling hold. I don't know how you meant there try and get it out. You got a full body press on you, Brian.
That's the nailed to the floor hold. Crowley, high ball to the wing. And comes Clark, got both hands on it, couldn't control in the air. Don't believe he got that far off the ground, but in the end, Saul bursting through, strength, kick forward. McFarlane saves the day.
That's the first time, Brian, we've seen a defender for the Dockers actually go at the ball and be prepared to intercept Mark down back. They've stemmed the bleeding down back and look like they've settled a lot more in this quarter.
So you think they're, Kingy, they're just starting to regain their composure a little?
They are, and actually attack the game instead of worrying about their individual opponents.
And if this man comes into it, they're away.
He hasn't had a kick yet, Stephen Hill.
No, that was a handball. Suckling. They just sit on him these days, don't they? Murphy. Sent half forward, but that's not a great option to the little man, Mitchell. And now, Clark. Look at the runner out there saying, go that way. Zach said, no, I'm going this way. Kick is good, though, to De Boer.
Out the back.
Handball's off to Pavlich. Thought about the shot, was a long way out. Here comes Clancy Pearce, already got one, got Fyfe there. He can get the give and go. Fyfe's got time to straight, balance, and kick it goal. And he's missed.
Could have ran another 15 to 20 metres there, Nathan Fyfe.
Jason, too close to play, mate. Get right away from play.
And the umpire just warning the runner there, too close to the play. Have a look at that.
He's put a shepherd on.
Get out of the way.
Very lucky not to get a free kick against him there, the runner.
He was. Birchall. Schoenmakers. McFarlane.
Numbers in the midfield.
Stumpy little kick, wasn't it, from McFarlane? Did the job, though, to Duffield. Duffield presents, here comes Fyfe, he protects the man in front and did it really well on that occasion. Fyfe and De Boer will line up.
Great team play from Fyfe. Call it beautifully, BT, and that's what you want from your forwards. You want connection, and De Boer was running back pickers. The last thing you need is one of your teammates coming in and giving your ribs a bit of a shake-up.
In the old day, I think he would have been within his rights to keep coming at De Boer and say, just perhaps stay out of that little spot there. These days, they look after each other. Here's De Boer, 40 metres out. That's a good, solid ball. And the Dockers all of a sudden back within a point.
Yeah, well, certainly a good little period here for Fremantle. Ball use, the last couple of times I've taken it has been good. They're prepared to hit the corridor. And once you get it in that area, look at the space ahead. And it was a nice kick. De Boer's done a really good job today. He's been playing as, I think, an offensive half forward on Guerra, who's been so important. Guerra hasn't had a big impact in the game, just 6 touches. So now to hit the scoreboard and put one through as well. They've been playing pretty well here, Fremantle.
Well, David King's been all over this. A little mini resurgence here from the Dockers. Kicked the last 2 goals here. They're back within a point. And De Boer getting the last one there.
It's all about the ball use. Hawthorn are now dropped down to 63%. Last week they went at 81.
Bradley. High ball into Pavlich. Trying to get it down the throat of De Boer. Chaney was alert to that and in the end had no choice where he went. He kicked it out of bounds on the full.
This quarter they're going at 45% Hawthorn, so it's a great job from Freo.
Broughton. Fremantle, De Boer offers the lead. The umpire said he's run off the mark, so he goes the barrel. And it was a bit of an ill-spinning barrel that was marked in the end by Schoenmakers.
One of the tall Freo players had to get a fist on that. That would have really put Hawthorn under the pump.
There's a free white cross, and he can do as he wishes.
Good work here by Young. Find it.
His kick needed to be to him on the full. It wasted valuable time, and a lot of Fremantle players in a small area there. Mitchell trying to knock it forward, but Clancy Pearce is having a real good game here at the moment. Fyfe!
How good's he? How good is Nathan Fyfe? Yeah, he's had a fantastic start to the year. He's just been absolutely super. Terrific mark. He's averaging 27 disposals per game. He's ranked third in the competition for loose ball gets, and now we see how good overhead he is.
It's a good weapon if you're 6'1" and take a mark like that.
For the Dockers to regain the lead. 5 from 50, plenty of distance. A solid rocket ball straight through the middle. Fremantle back in front.
They'll be very disappointed with the Hawthorn coaching staff at the moment. But they got a nice little lead there, and you see the pressure Fremantle's put on. Offensively been very good in this quarter, and they were very good for 20 minutes or 25 minutes in the first quarter. But this is a terrific mark for, as I say, a 6'1". And that kick was a powerful kick too. And a nice little period here for Fremantle. The thing is, they've got to watch they don't drop off in the last 5 or 6 minutes of this quarter, like they did in the first quarter.
20 minutes into the second quarter. They've owned the last 10 minutes here, Fremantle, and Alistair Clarkson is a little concerned.
It's amazing, BT. Hawthorn have had 20 more disposals, yet Freo have had kicked 3 goals, 3 to 2 goals, 1. So they're real efficient at the moment. Freo.
Hill, intelligent play. I thought he deserved the give and go. An opportunity for Fremantle through Duffield to go again. 4 consecutive goals for the Fremantle Dockers.
Centre clearances. Just outstanding there. Jonathan Griffin, and you just see the boys through the middle of the ground. Duffield. And that's what you got. You've got Roughhead, who's a forward. Jonathan Griffin just basically gorilled him. And the ruck tap to Fyfe again, who not only kicked the last goal, but did a goal assist to Duffield, was terrific. You'll be into it. Max Barley's gone straight into the ruck now, and you'd have to after that ruck contest from Roughhead.
Duffield gets the goal, 4 in a row for the Dockers. They lead by 11, closing in on half-time. Just under 6 minutes remaining. Another clearance here for the Dockers would really put Hawthorn under some pressure, and they've got it. Although Griffins was smothered, they've got numbers out here big time. Hill's come into the game a little bit with a couple of crucial handballs. Now Crichton.
Oh.
Horrible. Roughhead, a chance to do his own work here. If he could just pick it up. Little kick wide to Burgoyne is good. And a chance to just settle things down for the Hawks.
There's turnovers and there's turnovers. You do not want to turn the ball over in that area of the ground. He had a 2-on-1. Pulling the trigger was okay, but just had to have more length in the kick.
Umpire being very clear this time that that is the mark. You are right on it. Burgoyne. We'll end up kicking this from about 50 metres, perhaps just inside by half a step. Burgoyne comes in, kick on the way is damn good, precise, he likes it, and Hawthorn bite back.
Dominating this stanza, this 20-minute game, Freo. They've controlled the ball, and just a turnover. That kicked to a 2-on-1. And just see the pressure here now. He's gone out the back, which is okay, Cry. But have a look at the kick. He's got a player deep, and then he's got a player short. It goes straight to Roughhead. It just absolutely fall on your own sword there in that situation. That's tough.
Sean Burgoyne gets the goal. Hawthorn's first goal since the 5-minute mark of this quarter. After Fremantle got 4 in a row. Chris Bond and Mark Harvey there at ground level.
Well, that was against the flow, that's for sure.
A direct turnover there for the Fremantle Dockers, costing that Burgoyne goal. Seesawing contest we are seeing. Bailey almost threw it out to Burgoyne, who was very impressive getting that to Mitchell. 2-on-1 here for the Dockers. Support arrives now. McFarlane did well.
Good hit.
Went hard, Ibbotson. That's the hit spoke of.
Oh, that's good tough footy, BT. And it was McFarlane and Lewis as well. That was a great contest. McFarlane really did hit Lewis hard.
So a ball up centre half forward for the Hawks. Lewis third man up, knocked to Mitchell, who was on the run, but alert were the Dockers. Fyfe. A little dribble kick to Grover. Now they're out of the loop here because all the players are close to the contest. Ballantyne gathers so good that he got him. Not before he got up to Mundy. That is a risky kick to Hill. It's play on, says the umpire. Not the required journey. Picked up. Ball on to Fyfe. Handball out wide. Another opportunity
a couple of goals in recent minutes. And it was great play. This is contest here from Lewis and also from McFarlane. But then they took the ball at the other end with speed. And Mundy involved, Hill involved, Fyfe again involved. He's such an impressive player and a nice finish. But Crowley's got the job on Hodge, who has had no influence at all in this game so far. Now gets a goal as well, whilst Hodge has gone back into defence.
Well, taking the game on, and David King was all over, because now Freo, they've had a loose player in their Hawthorn's forward 50 for the last 15 minutes, which has really frustrated Hawthorn.
Well, you see at the start of the game, it was Hodge deep forward, Crowley defending. Now it's gone the other way and he's got a goal. So, you know, he's kept Hodge to 3 possessions.
Nice work.
What's actually happened, Brian, is Hawthorn have put 2 players behind the ball. They had 8 defenders in that last centre bounce, so it's changed their whole forward structure, which was their asset in the first term, with Hodge and Rioli coming out of the square.
Nice pick-up, Kingy. Ground level. Griffin in there amongst a few ruckmen. Mundy tap was really clever. Clark got it rolling forward, but without great accuracy. Schoenmakers. So we're down to the last 3.5 minutes here of this first half. Gibson.
We know what happened in the last couple of minutes in the first quarter. Rioli kicked 2 goals to give Hawthorn the lead.
There's Puopolo now. This is more the standard play that Hawthorn have built their season on over the last couple of weeks. Chip off half-back, find a way forward, then go. Present up like that, Osborne. This is better control of the game from Hawthorn.
Except for the kicking's not as good, is it? That's the difference between what we witnessed last Sunday night against the Dogs under the roof that Eddie had for the blustery day here. The swirly breezer can get into the MCG. You just can't hit targets by foot.
Well, for the game, they're going at 64%, but this quarter they've dropped down to 53%. Hawthorn.
If they go, Fyfe in the air. Opportunity, Bailey out the back door. Here's Kepler Bradley. Mitchell, eyes for the ball, gathers, really well done, had that intent written all over him. Chaney now wobbles it forward, getting back. I tell you what, that was brave from Ibbotson then. Now in the back half, they can go forward. Pavlich has gone back to just strengthen them up in this last couple of minutes.
That's a good move. Because Mark Harvey would have known that first quarter. They were in front. Rioli kicked 2. That's great to put your skipper behind the ball.
Plenty of numbers back there, David King, for Fremantle now, just defending this last 2 minutes.
Yeah, smart coaching, isn't it? Just play wide, to take the risks out of the game.
He's very active on the bench, Mark Harvey, David, isn't he? He's
passionate.
Really issuing instructions down there, almost pointing every play out.
You want to duck your head at the moment, Brian, in front of the coach. He's very animated, Mark Harvey.
He is indeed.
Well, he knows their mob are on. They've come in with a really good mindset today. They've got a sense of purpose about what they're doing. Apart from 5 minutes in the first quarter, they've been terrific.
Over the back it comes. Hodge, a diving effort, couldn't quite complete it. Eventually knew he had to get it out. He had no choice then. Griffin de Boer in close. This is what Collingwood are so good at. And the Cats, this in-close handball, making something out of nothing. Rioli tries to burrow a hole through.
And you look at, that's great from Freo. Luke Hodge is starting to get frustrated there. You can see around the stoppages, Crowley's done an outstanding job on the Hawthorn skipper. Only the 7 disposals from Hodge, 33 last week.
Roughhead did well. Burgoyne, really nice to Lewis, who created himself some space. A bounce inside 50, and there was no one there, Jordan.
He was expecting a roughie. I should say. He almost kicks that one to butt.
Now, with 48 seconds left, the temptation for Fremantle to keep going here may well get them into trouble.
What do you reckon the extraction's going to be here from the coach?
Well, there he is.
2 metres from the bloke with the ball.
Have a look. You can just see him on the right hand of the screen there, and he says, just a short kick. Have a look at him.
Said, well done. He put his hand up.
Had a bit of a giggle and went, we might take this into half-time. This nice little lead we've got.
It's like the under-16s, the under-12s he's coaching down there. He's getting right into it. We love it. Well done, Mark Harvey.
Looked like he let go, mate. I just couldn't see it.
And Alistair Clarkson, a little more composed. Well, no, I won't say more composed. Mark Harvey's composed, but he does it a different way.
He tends to stay back, whereas Mark Harvey just patrols the boundary line.
He likes the shade over the top of the head, does Alistair. Now, we're down to the last 15 seconds here. The ball is in dead set neutral territory on the wing.
Coming back, guys, coming back.
It would take something electric for either side to score from here. Chaney. And the Dockers have done well here. Through a bit of traffic, Osborne. Around the
extra
corner.
from Freo. Done well, Mark Harvey.
The siren is going to sound to finish the half. The Dockers kicked 5 of the last 6 goals in that quarter after Hawthorn owned the end of the first quarter and the start of the second quarter, where they kicked 4 consecutive goals. And they've got a bit to think about here because Fremantle looks sharp. Hawthorn, big chance. Monkhurst and Bailey talk about the ruck combination. 11-point lead to the Dockers. Half-time football at the G.